Horse Tales is proudly brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. South Carolina, a true leader in the equine industry.
Folks, we're down here in Conway, South Carolina for the annual Homewood Elementary Reading Rodeo. Christine McClure contacted me via Facebook and we become friends. Wanted to come last year, but Hurricane Matthew had other plans. This morning we got down here and there was a monsoon, so we couldn't bring horses. I almost didn't come. Christine said, well, what? I said, no, the show must go on. And I think somebody said in a song, rainy days and Mondays may get you down, but it didn't stop us. We were kind of like B.J. Thomas. Raindrops keeps falling on my head, didn't matter to the old cowboy. Folks, I am excited what we're going to see here today. Some people I know through the horse industry are going to be here. I'm excited to make contact with them again. But like I say, folks, you know the old cowboy hadn't graced a school in a long time. So come right along with us, and we're going to learn you something this morning. Horse Tales is brought to you today by Circle Y. Fancy enough for the show ring, but tough enough for everyday use. Folks, when the PD Cowboy rides, he rides with Nationwide on his side. And by Warren Coker Hay Farms, Olathe, South Carolina, for the best coastal Bermuda hay around.
At Anderson Brothers Bank, we offer new, used, and luxury car loans. Let us help you make your dream car purchase come true. Anderson Brothers Bank. Right car, right payment, right now.
Good taste. It starts at the beginning. And when you take what was started right here in South Carolina and keep it here, we promise you'll notice the difference. Because fresh, locally grown food just tastes better. As you gather together with friends and family, be sure to enjoy the best the season has to offer. Choose certified South Carolina grown produce and products. It's a matter of taste.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Farmers are always planning for higher yields, more diversity, expanding opportunities. Nationwide and your local agent want to help your farm last through the generations. As the #1 farm insurer in the country, Nationwide can help you achieve your goals. We stand for you.
Folks, the PD Cowboy rides for the brand, and my brand is Carolina Fresh Foods. We have a new product out on the range. So ride on into your local Piggly Wiggly or other fine retailer and ask for Carolina Fresh Premium Leg Quarter. And folks, if they don't have one in the corral, tell them to get cracking and call the old PD Cowboy and his elite posse of chicken wranglers. Carolina Fresh Foods, the name says it all. We are Fresh-alicious. Folks, you wanted real TV? We got it down here today in Horry County. It's a monsoon. Folks, when Horse Tales comes to town, if it's been dry, it'll be wet. If it's been wet, it'll be dry. Joining me now is new good friend, Christine McClure, down here at Homewood Elementary for the Reading Radio. What we got going on today?
Well, we have a reading celebration for the entire school. Our kids do reading over the summer. They turn in a log of the stories that they've read, and then I get to invite out all of my friends to come and do work for us. I had a bunch of them come for us today. We just do a whole day of literacy celebration. Today they're doing some presentations and
yeah, so we got, how long has the Reading Rodeo been going on?
This is our 9th year.
9th year, and when you moved down to Coastal and they hired you, you kind of brought the horses in and the friends. So how long have you been doing that?
This is my 5th year working with it.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, so we're going to really show the folks what the kids are doing and about interviews, anything with the horses. Well, who we got here, Mr. Ed?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But we do have FQH Blue Deluxe.
Right.
We just call them Blue.
Well, Christine, you got an interesting story. You're from Pennsylvania, right? Mm-hmm. You come down here to Coastal, and went to school. So tell us a little bit about your history, please.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, as you said. We had a dairy farm when I was real little, but then the parents, they switched over to a cattle, just the beef cattle, and we had the Belgians, and we'd buy any old horse that was a good horse. And interesting story yesterday popped into my head about Old Blue. My dad would make sure he would tell everybody, you know, I'll buy any horse as long as it's True Blue. And what he meant by that was that it was an honest road horse, and it was good.
Well, listen, we're really looking forward to it today. Like I say, folks, we got a monsoon going on here, but like you say, the show must go on, and we're going to bring you a great show here today. Thank you, Christine.
All right, thank you.
Folks, here comes the judge. And we're not clowning around at Homewood, we're horsing around. Folks, the lady down here in Horry County that knows everybody, who's who, Sandy Clarke. Sandy?
I don't know quite that many.
Yeah, oh yes you do, yes you do. Hey, what you doing out here, girl?
Reading rodeo. The kids have a little bit of a, every year they have it for reading a certain number of books over the school, or over the summer. And we have a lot of horse pieces people here teaching them things and just sharing our love of horses with them.
How many years you been coming?
This is my first year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe that. The lady's been getting around. So you had fun today?
Yeah, I'll be back next year.
Well, folks, it's an interesting story how I met Sandy back during a terrible situation with Hurricane Matthew. Tell you the truth, didn't know exactly what to do. I knew I'd go down and try to help and get stopped or whatever. So I contacted Sandy and did a few things. But Sandy, time won't allow us. But I'm from a horse loving owner. Probably some things that you and other people did, not only you, was pretty sad situations.
It sure was.
And yeah, some people are still recovering, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It's when you go back to Marion or Mullins, it's just Nichols. They're still in just no houses and trying to rebuild.
And but there was a great outpouring from people from out of state and everywhere, really financially sending that type of stuff. But really, it happened so fast. They really wasn't a lot could have been done different, is it, Sandy?
No, they said the water came up several feet overnight. The people went to bed and there was no water, and they woke up in the morning and there was like 2 feet of water in their houses. So the only thing I could say is if you think there might be a problem, do not leave your horse in a locked area.
Really?
That's,
really, and there's all kind of emergency preparedness and stuff that people followed and stuff, but it happened so fast, and then they had downs to fall, because I went down to Mr. Page's house that you suggested and did some things with him for him, and Sandy, he shared me his story, and it's just unreal.
Yeah.
He made very good decisions, and never would dream. He was in his barn and his water come up and stuff like that. It's just life and death decisions, and it's really. But after that, when I went and saw the damage and stuff, it just tore my heart out, and I just could not imagine that.
For that much devastation that quick, it's just. It does. It tears at your heart, and the people that lost animals, and it's just. We got Mr. Page's horseback, though. That was a happy time.
Resilience. That's what us Americans we're all about. People, we have our differences and stuff, and when there's a tragedy, something like that, people pull together and make some good decisions. No right, no left, wrong, that type of stuff. But Sandy, it's been hate the circumstance we met, but now that we're friends and stuff, we're going to move forward and do more things like this.
Well, I'm glad we did meet. So.
Yeah, we're going to continue clowning and horsing around, folks. Thank you, Sandy.
Hi, I'm Helen Huggins, a 5th grade teacher from Homewood Elementary. Stay tuned for more Horse Tales.
Horse Tales is brought to you today by Andrews Mill Hay Farm. Folks, see David Andrews in Lamar, South Carolina for all your hay needs. Morrell Tire Service, Latta, South Carolina. See Richard Morrell and his fine family for all your automotive needs. South Carolina Horsemen's Council, the voice of the horse in South Carolina. And by Equestrian Images, making memories together.
Don't go racing around looking for your car loan. At Anderson Brothers Bank, we keep you on track from start to finish. Anderson Brothers Bank. Right car, right payment, right now.
There's a certain pride in knowing our food comes from a place we love, home. And when you consider all our state has to offer, you don't have to go too far to find great tasting food. So the next time you gather around a table, choose certified South Carolina grown. Because here at home, it's a matter of taste.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
Folks, join me now, Jessica Hucks, the Teacher of the Year at Homewood Elementary. So we want to interview you, and you're not a horse person. Got a neighbor who's got a horse there, right? So we just want to get a non-horse person's perspective. So what do you think the Reading Rotary means to the children here?
I think it encourages reading, and it gives them an experience to see things they don't typically see on a day-to-day basis.
Right. So bringing cowboys and cowgirls in, just trying to stimulates their imagination.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So I was listening to some of the questions. They were kind of interesting. What kind of thought process do you get from your kids after the instructors leave from your class sometime?
They have all kinds of thought processes on horses and reading, and it just makes them so excited.
It does. And because some of these kids probably, today, unfortunately it was raining, we couldn't, there's one horse here, so some of them probably have never really have seen the horses, have they?
No, not really, unless they've passed by it on the bus on the way to school.
So your history a little bit, you've been teaching for 7 years?
Yes, sir. This is my 7th year at Homewood.
Okay. So what's the process of becoming a Teacher of the Year?
Teachers at the beginning of the year, I'll get a ballot and they get to cast their vote, and votes are tallied up and they let us know who the winner is. So it was me, surprisingly.
So you didn't have to buy any votes, huh?
I know.
Well, listen, Jessica, we appreciate your time and good luck in the future.
Okay, thank you so much.
Folks, joining me now is Mandy Singleton. This is not her first reading rodeo, at least 4, right?
That's not my first rodeo.
For sure. When we come in, you were reading a book, and tell us about that book.
It's a book called Dream Dog, and it was a book that was written by my daughter when she was in 4th grade. My daughter's now 20.
Wow.
So it was a while back. We published it a little bit locally, but it was dedicated to the Humane Society because it was about her experience of going and adopting a dog from the Humane Society. And
wow.
In the book, it doesn't cover it, but it was a dog that had been taken back 3 times that they said was not rehomable. And we took her, and she was a fabulous friend until the end.
That's a doggone good story.
It was a doggone good story.
Well, tell us what it means to you to come and doing a reading rodeo every year.
Well, I really enjoy doing it because I was a school teacher and a school counselor for 28 years, and I retired to start Stray Dog Sanctuary, which is now expanded into Old Road Plantation Rescue and Rehabilitation Center, from dogs to now I also rescue and rehab equine. So being able to come here, I get to read to the students, I get to talk with them about what I'm doing, I get to show them how reading and writing relates to everyday life and why it's important.
Right.
And so show them that literacy is an important part of their life forever, not just what they learn in school.
Amen. And well, tell us a little bit about your farm or your ranch.
I'm on 701 South out of Conway, and like I said, we started as a bulldog rescue, and then I started assisting the Horry County shelter with their equine rescue, and they bring me horses and dogs that would otherwise be unadoptable, and I work with them on the farm, I train them, and then I try to get them rehomed to good forever homes.
Well, it sounds like this nonprofit, so I'm sure you can use some help.
Yes.
So how can folks get in touch with you?
I have a website. It's Old RD Plantation at yahoo.com, or you can contact me through Facebook. We're always looking for volunteers and donations of a bale of hay, a bag of dog food, whatever helps, because it is a nonprofit. And I teach writing lessons, and do different events in order to help fund it. So it's a labor of love more than it is anything else.
Well, you retired and got another full-time job, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Well, listen, appreciate what you do, and we will come out to see you, okay?
Okay, come out anytime.
Folks, on now is Kendra Riley from Taxatusas. Folks, you learn everything new every day. Kendra, you got quite a story. What brings you to the Homewood Elementary Reading Rodeo this morning?
Well, a woman who is organizing this, I've worked with at a couple of horse shows that I've judged. I've been a horse show judge for about 20 plus years.
And you, but what brought you down here was you're managing a barn now, is that correct?
I manage Meadow Chase Farm in Conway, and I moved here. I moved 1,000 miles from Topsom, Maine. I was pretty tired of the snow and the cold weather, and I had a great opportunity to move down to South Carolina, the next town over from Myrtle Beach, and I couldn't get on a plane fast enough.
So you've been here, what, 2.5 years?
2.5 years.
And you brought your family down, right?
I did. I'm married, and I have 2 boys.
Well, good. So tell us a little bit about your job, what you manage the stable a little bit.
Well, I've been a riding instructor for 25 years, and I've been a professional trainer for 27 years. And I've worked at show horse barns from Virginia, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and been a freelance instructor. And the opportunity I had is to bring my experience and my knowledge of instruction and come down and start the next generation of kids riding. And I also specialize in teaching the adults who are kind of late in life, decide, empty nesters, right? And want to buy myself a horse, and I teach them how to ride.
Great. So the barn you work at is open to the public?
Yes.
So if folks want to get in touch with you, a late nester or an empty nester wants to call you, how do we do that?
Well, we are on Facebook. I just opened a brand new Facebook page. It's Meadow Chase Farm of Conway, SC, South Carolina. And we do have a website. It's a little bit outdated. We're working on updating it, but you can Google Meadow Chase Farm, and it should bring you to our site.
And folks, when you watch this show, you can Google old PD Cowboy, and he'll put you right in touch with Kendra. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Debbie Zink from Homewood Elementary. I'm a 5th grade teacher. Stay tuned for more from PD Cowboy.
Horse Tales is brought to you today by Coker Hay Pecan Shed, the only place to sell your pecans. South Carolina Department of Agriculture. And by Kingstree Auction Company, Kingstree, South Carolina, the best auction in the Southeast.
Agribusiness is recognized as our state's leading industry with over $42 billion in economic impact annually. This is so important to our state's consumers and to you. Our Department of Agriculture is involved in marketing, and we invite you to look for certified SC grown whenever you shop. Buy South Carolina. It's a matter of taste.
South Carolina agriculture. It's a matter of taste.
Are you ready for a new ride? Anderson Brothers Bank has the right payment you've been looking for. If you enjoy a bank that gets to know you and your needs, then Anderson Brothers Bank needs to be your bank. Now is the time to stop by one of our 20 locations throughout the PD and coastal regions, where decisions are made locally. Right car, right payment, right now at Anderson Brothers Bank.
Folks, going out, that's my Irma Gray and Miracle Lewis. Now you're with Princeton Extension, and you're a current 4-H student, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Miracle, what are you doing here at Homewood today?
We were asked today by one of our 4-H volunteers to be a part of the Reading Rodeo. And we talked about food labels for horses, how to read their labels. And we brought Sweet Feed with us and let the kids see Sweet Feed. And we brought a 4-H volunteer and 2 members to talk about their experiences.
Wow. So how long have you, this is your first year at Reading Rodeo?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, well, good. So has it been pretty neat today?
Oh, it's been great, and we're headed to a kindergarten class next, so that will be exciting.
Did you have some interesting questions?
They did. They asked about unicorns, but the majority of the kids didn't own horses, but they wanted to learn about them.
Well, tell me a little bit about your experience with 4-H.
Well, my experience with 4-H, I started off riding horses when I was about 7, and then we met Miss Miracle at one of the farms that we went to. And so we thought it would be fun to start a horse group, so we did. At Jennifer LeFever's Double C Ranch. Now it's Hart Ranch. And so then we decided to do in 2 groups, one for the younger kids that don't know and one for the older kids. And so we help kids that don't have horses and kids that do have horses to get where they need to be.
Fantastic. Well, I got several more questions, but one before I forget, where's the name Miracle?
I was the miracle baby. I'm the only child and the only grandchild.
Wow, fantastic. Okay, so I'm hearing that the Palmetto, tell me, the 4-H program's coming, equines coming through Horry County, and it's going to be named what?
We actually have 2 clubs. The club that Niema is a part of is Palmetto Equestrian 4-H team.
It's existing, okay.
Yeah. It is, and they have around 35 people that attend each meeting. Wow. It's a pretty good sized group with a lot of great volunteers. And then we have a second club that's for clover buds, ages 5 to 8, that mainly just do crafts and different fun activities.
Okay. So how long has the equestrian part been in existence?
About 4 months.
Wow, it's brand new. So some of the students and people that listen to our audience, how can they get in touch with you and get involved?
They can contact me. My contact information can be found on the Clemson website or our 4-H Facebook page, and I can give them information on any club we have.
Well, this is well needed, and I promise you, I have already mentioned that Horse Trails will do a little something there, and we'll come do some shows so we can make people aware of what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Well, listen, girls, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Folks, joining me now is Jennifer LeFever. I've got that right. We're here at Homewood Elementary for your first reading rodeo, and mine also. What's it like coming here? Are you excited?
I'm very excited. It's nice to be able to do some kind of reward for the kids that have met their reading goals and kind of participate in this. So, wish the weather was a little nicer. We could have had all of our horses, but we're going with what we're doing and having a good time with it anyway.
Well, the show must go on. Well, Jennifer, you've been in horses all your life, and we got some mutual guy we know, Rock Smith, but you have the Hart Ranch and involved with the Fidelis
Foundation.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit first about the Fidelis Foundation.
So we've been running Fidelis now for 8 years.
Okay.
It is a group for at-risk youth, so children that are in group homes, kids that have lost a loved one, different situations. So they come out to the facility, they learn to groom and tag up, they ride their horses, and it is Christian-based, so there's a faith message in it, and then each group comes once a month.
And you have, your ranch is the Hart Ranch. Is that where you have the Fidelis? Okay.
It is, and it's named Hart Ranch because our love for the kids and for the horses and for everything that we do there.
My memory bank just serves me. You had a really nice article in the paper a few years back on what y'all do, I think.
We have, and we've been on TV a few times with it, and it's just great to be able to get out there. And I think sometimes we get as much from the program as the kids do as far as being able to share the experiences with them. They come there, they've got the fear of horses, they've never really been around them, they don't know what to expect, but once they get on and they get the smiles on their face and they just kind of light up, and it's worth every minute of it.
Well, that sounds like something our audience would like to get involved in. How can folks get in touch with you and maybe help you out?
Yep, we have a Facebook page for Fidelis Foundation. We also have a website that's Fidelis Foundation of South Carolina. So there's also one down in South Florida. So we're the South Carolina version.
Well, wow, we learn something every day. Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Folks, what a great day down here in Conway at Homewood Elementary. I want to thank Kristen Smith for inviting us down. And folks, I learned a lot today. And my cameraman, Richard Perdue, put me up this. Last time I was in an elementary school, I was the Pee Wee Cowboy. But folks, I am the PD Cowboy, the real dang it deal. At least I'm trying to convince myself of that. And folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet. And God has blessed this great country around through our legacy, our children. And